Listen carefully. This will be the last time I can contact you. We've got to stop Reed Hawk. Everything you need is in the apartment. You've received the dossiers on the different family members, and the video cameras set up and ready to go. If you can get incriminating evidence on tape, call the police.
This may be the most dangerous game we've ever played.
But it's the danger that makes it so exciting, Mr. President.
And I will not watch you turn into your father.
Wait a minute, you don't understand what's
No,
happening.
you're right,
here.
Dad. I don't understand.
Maggie, it's all right. You know, I told you that I had great plans for you.
You came close, huh? Yeah, very close. Compliments of Mr. Hawk.
Well, I would say we took basically a week of tracks. That's the bare bones rhythm section tracks for this thing. I think maybe a total of 6 days in the studio.
One more question. Which of your show tunes do you prefer yourself?
This one, Rudy.
Compton's interactive encyclopedia is easy to use. This is the main menu, from which you choose categories. To select any category, move the cursor arrow to the section you want to see, then press any action button on your controller. The Title Finder, Place Finder, Fact Index, and Dictionary all have keyboards. To look up a word, move the cursor arrow over a letter and select it by pressing a button on your remote control. If you make a mistake, use the backspace key or the clear key to remove it. Select additional letters until you see the title of what you are looking for appear on the screen. Then move your cursor arrow to the title and select it. This is an article screen. At the bottom of this screen is the option line, which contains VCR-like keys. In many article screens, there are icons, or functional pictures. Photographs and diagrams are represented in article screens by miniature pictures. If you click on one, you will see the image full size, with captions available. This icon represents a slideshow, or a mini documentary. This one says there is a video on this subject. This one, called a fact finder, takes you to a list of articles about this subject. This icon, the sidebar, gives you extra information. This one tells you there is sound, such as music, available. There are also icons for tables, maps, and the interactive World Atlas. Wherever you see this arrow, it means you can jump to another article or section. If you see any word you don't recognize, select it and you will see its definition from the Merriam-Webster Intermediate Dictionary. To exit any article, select the Home key.
It began in a palace, Blenheim Palace, built by an illustrious ancestor and named after a famous victory. On a November day in 1874, Lady Randolph Churchill, at Blenheim on a visit to her in-laws, gave birth to a son. Impetuous from the start, he was 2 months early. The baby's father, Lord Randolph Churchill, wrote in a letter that same day, "The boy is wonderfully pretty, so everybody says. Dark eyes and hair, and very healthy."
Wilbur and Orville Wright were born to a bishop of modest means and a mother who could fix almost anything. What they lacked in formal education, they made up for in curiosity. Their father once brought a present home for the boys and promptly flung it into the air. Instead of falling, it flew. It was their first toy helicopter. Hoping to fly, they built several larger models themselves. But the larger the helicopter, the worse it flew, and their experiments were soon abandoned. At 21, Orville was an avid bicycle racer. Wilbur, now 25, was himself an excellent rider, but a skating accident kept him on the sidelines. Together, the boys opened a bike shop in Dayton, Ohio. The year was 1892. The Wrights knew that a man named Langley was trying to build a flying machine at the Smithsonian Institution. Wilbur sent a letter to the Smithsonian in 1899.
I believe that simple flight at least is possible to man. I'm an enthusiast, but not a crank in the sense that I have some pet theories. I wish to avail myself of all that is already known and then, if possible, add my mite to help on the future worker who will attain final success.
Before the First World War, the flying machine was a clunky mechanical toy at best. Airplanes had fragile wings and open cockpits, held together by wood screws, wire struts, and luck. Pilots literally went up on a wing and a prayer. Unimpressed by the new invention, the British War Office had broken off negotiations with the Wright brothers in 1906. After all, Britain remained safely guarded from the European continent by 20 miles of water and the world's best navy. But 3 years later, a Frenchman crossed the English Channel in one of those clunky mechanical toys. And when a woman matched the feat in 1911, the illusion of safety was shattered forever.
We choose to go to the moon in this decade and do the other things, not because they are easy, but because they are hard. Because that goal will serve to organize and measure the best of our energies and skills. Because that challenge is one that we're willing to accept, one we are unwilling to postpone, and one we intend to win.
Liftoff on Apollo 11. Tower cleared.
We got a roll program. Neil Armstrong reporting the roll and pitch program, which puts Apollo 11 on a proper heading.
That's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
Hi, I'm Michael. I'm here to help you out as you go through the program. The Fender Stratocaster guitar made its debut in 1954 and paved the way for guitar virtuosity made possible by its improved playability.
The Berenstain Bears on their own. And you on your own. Welcome to Bear Country. It's a bear-sized place to live. There's a school here, and homes, a playground, and a market. And this is where the Berenstain Bears live. Howdy, I'm Grizzly Gramps. If you want to watch the Berenstain Bears on their own, just move your bear paw over to the window and press an action button. You'll see a cartoon movie starring the Berenstain Bears. But if you want to go out and explore on your own, just move your paw to the map and press an action button there. Whatever you choose, you'll have lots of fun. So go on, pick something.
Welcome to the NFL's Football Trivia Challenge. Experience the rich tradition of professional football with Tom Brookshire and me, Pat Summerall, as you pit yourself against the toughest football minds in the country. But don't be fooled. Strength and endurance won't win this game, but a quick reaction and a little knowledge might. Get ready. We're about to kick off.
Pat, you played for both the Cardinals and the Giants. Which team would you choose in this challenge?
Well, that's a tough one, but it's so easy to choose a team.
You just click on a helmet.
That's right. Just click on the helmet of the team you want, or click on the AFC-NFC button to switch conferences. It's the Raiders versus the Redskins. What college did Lawrence Taylor attend? What player has thrown more touchdown passes than any other in Eagle history? Who was the starting quarterback for the Dallas Cowboys' first game ever? Touchdown, Redskins. It may be time for the visiting team to move up a skill level, don't you think?
Welcome to the wacky world of miniature golf. featuring 18 of the wildest, most thrill-packed holes in the entire universe. It's the only miniature golf course where you can putt your way from the pole to the Pecos. Yee-haw! Looks like your ball done took the scenic route out of here, partner. Slice your way through shark-infested waters and kick up some dust in dinosaur country. Yes, sir, the action can get pretty hot. But don't worry, there's no sand traps to slow you down. Just a few obstacles. Want to know if you're up to the challenge? Then stop by the clubhouse and sign in for a game. And hey, if you aren't afraid of a little competition, up to 3 of your friends can sign in too. Then choose a stand-in golfer from the lounge and head for the course. Line up your shot to the left, middle, or right. Then blast away! Each time you finish playing a hole, you'll see how well you did on your scorecard. And if you play like a champ, there's a place for you in the Wacky Golf Hall of Fame! Yep, it's a real battleground out there, and we're looking for a few good golfers to tame it. So get yourself back to the clubhouse and sign in now. Wacky Golf! It's not just a game, it's a hole-in-one!
Travelers are discovering an easy, high-tech way to find restaurants, shopping, entertainment, and attractions in a new city. The new service, called City Key, is in place at selected San Francisco hotels. City Key runs on a multimedia technology called Compact Disc Interactive, or CDI.
Your exploration of San Francisco starts here. Discover things to do and see. Learn what makes each district of San Francisco unique. And get the latest news on what's hot. Please choose a category that interests you. Entertainment events occurring today are shown. To view events in other categories, select Sports, Exhibits, or Other at the bottom of the screen. Use the Days of the Week bar to select other days. Use the down and up channel buttons to see more events in the category you've selected.
In our daily lives, we contend with friction. This is the force that tries to stop one surface from sliding over another. Lubrication is the science of reducing friction between surfaces moving relative to each other. Lubrication works by applying a film of material between the surfaces, thus separating them so that one surface can slide without touching the other one. Greases are special forms of lubricants that contain thickeners. The thickener or thickening agent allows lubricant to be retained in bearings
from which oil would be lost. The major component in grease is base oil, and its viscosity determines the lubricating properties of the grease. Additives are also used to give the grease special properties. The thickening agent transforms oil into the gel-like structure of a grease and controls many of its properties and performance characteristics. As demonstrated in this illustration, the thickening agent acts like a sponge, absorbing the oil and then releasing it to the part to be lubricated when pressure is applied, like a sponge being squeezed. When the pressure is relieved, if the machine is stopped, for example, the sponge-like action of the thickening agent again soaks up the oil and prevents oil leakage while the machine is idle.
Welcome to the Bell Atlantic InfoActive Electronic Directory. Select the sports icon to get information on Oriole Park at Camden Yards in Baltimore. Choose the Airports icon for information on Dulles International Airport. Select the Metro icon for information on the Metro Rail subway system in Washington, D.C. Select the Theaters icon to obtain seating and other information about Wolf Trap Farm Park for the performing arts. RBC Builders, your complete remodeling specialist. Our quality craftsmanship and prompt service can transform your home into a showplace before your very eyes. Call us for a free estimate. Choose Business for listings of businesses. Select Residential for individual residential listings. Select Government to find the government listings.
Compton's interactive encyclopedia is easy to use. This is the main menu, from which you choose categories. To select any category, move the cursor arrow to the section you want to see, then press any action button on your controller. The Title Finder, Place Finder, Fact Index, and Dictionary all have keyboards. To look up a word, move the cursor arrow over a letter and select it by pressing a button on your remote control. If you make a mistake, use the backspace key or the clear key to remove it. Select additional letters until you see the title of what you're looking for appear on the screen. Then, move your cursor arrow to the title and select it. This is an article screen. At the bottom of this screen is the option line, which contains VCR-like keys. In many article screens, there are icons, or functional pictures. Photographs and diagrams are represented in article screens by miniature pictures. If you click on one, you will see the image full size, with captions available. This icon represents a slideshow or a mini documentary. This one says there is a video on this subject. This one, called a Fact Finder, takes you to a list of articles about this subject. This icon, the sidebar, gives you extra information. This one tells you there is sound, such as music, available. There are also icons for tables, maps, and the interactive World Atlas. Wherever you see this arrow, it means you can jump to another article or section. If you see any word you don't recognize, select it and you will see its definition from the Merriam-Webster Intermediate Dictionary. To exit any article, select the Home key.